Hi guys, get ready with me while I tell y'all weird things that my friends have done to me in the past. Well, like whenever I was friends with them. I had these friends in high school, and keep in mind, like, I could never really like make girlfriends because I was always the new girl. So I thought that these friends were genuine, and I loved them, like we were like the it girls, like we were a big old group. Like, I don't know, I just loved us together. So keep in mind, at this time I was in ninth grade. Okay, I was a virgin, and so I didn't really like talk to guys like that either, and I was a good girl, literally. Like, I didn't even go out. These girls were like total opposites for me. They were all known for being the 304s at school. And yeah, but one thing about me is I don't judge. Like, I could have 304 friends and I won't be a 304. Like, that's just how my friend is. Like, what? But obviously, like, like if you hang out with somebody, they're gonna obviously think that you're like that, right? So these girls were just 304s, okay? And we were all at lunch, and they were like, okay, weird, but they were like, let's rate each other about who's the biggest 304. And they were like, okay, yeah, like, da-da-da-da. Why the fuck was I number one on that list? Like I said, I was a virgin. I never hung out with no guys, nothing like that. Like, barely even talked to guys for real. Like, how am I number one on the list? Like, what? Like, I'm talking like these girls, like one of them had like 3 abortions and she was just in 9th grade. The other one, like, would always go get fucked. The other ones already had like lost their virginity, and this is 9th grade. Like, baby, we're 15, 16 years old. Like, what? How the fuck am I number one on the list? But I was just like, you bitches are weird. I still continue to be friends with I still continue to be friends with them, but like, still, like, that was some weird ass shit. Okay, so moving forward, now I am out of high school. I am not friends with those girls no more. And yeah, like, my life just continued on without them. And so I started going out, and I became friends with this party girl. Okay, y'all, some friends are literally just meant for certain things. Okay, like, you can't like there's friends that are meant for you just to party with, and that's it. Like, they don't need to know your information. They don't need to know your life. They don't really need to know anything about you. Just like, hey girl, do you want to go out? Oh yeah, bitch, I'm down. Okay, like, just that. Like, they are just meant for that. Then there's friends that, you can like do fun things with and things like that. They still don't really need to know, like, like, too much about you. Then you have your best friend. Your best friend, can know like things about you and things like that, right? And then you just have like acquaintances and like things like that, right? Like, of course, like, let them be genuine friendships, like, all of them, but like, just play your role, okay, bitch? So I ended up becoming friends with this party girl. She was wild, also a 304. I don't know what's up with me and like making 304 friends. They're just fun, like, they always have story times, and like, their life is just crazy, and like, I don't know, I just love having 304 friends. Like, it's so fun. So I was friends with her, and we just ended up like becoming close as fuck. Her parents were super strict on her. Like, they would always argue, and she just was staying the night, like, often. And then she ends up obviously just staying with me, like, for real. And that's my motherfucking problem. I need to stop letting people fucking live with me whenever I feel bad. Because guess what? If I go through something, you think somebody's gonna let me live with them? No. She ends up living with me for like months, like for the whole summer, I want to say. I don't know, like, she just got too comfortable here. She will use all of my shit, like my perfumes, my lotions, like everything like that. She ends up meeting somebody, and she would just literally use like this house like a hotel and things like that. And also it was just too much drama. This one isn't really like, oh, she did like weird things to me. Like she didn't. Like she still be showing me love. Like I said, like it's no shade, but it's just like I ended up finding out that she ended up having money. Like she didn't put no groceries in the house. She was here for a long time, you know. Like she would eat like all of her food here. She used all of my shit. She didn't replace it. I ended up finding out that she had money in her like cash app. Like she had enough money to, like, the time that she was living here, like she could have literally helped around. Like she could have put groceries in the house and she was eating all of it. She could have used, oh, I ended up finding out she ended up having money. She was using all of my things, wasted all of my things. And comes to find out, y'all, in her luggage she had everything that she was using of mine. She had it in her luggage. She had perfume, she had lotions, and she didn't really start, I guess, using them, or I don't know how I ended up finding out that she had them in her luggage, until all of my shit ran out. I'm looking here because it's like where all of my perfumes are. Until all of my shit ran out, and then she wants to, like, I guess, pull them out and things like that. And I'm just like, girl, what the hell? But it was like a lot of things like in the midst of that, and I was just like, okay, baby, we gotta go home. Like her mom would like just get my mom involved like in their drama, and it was just like too much shit, you know. Like, sorry babes, like I hope like everything goes good for you, but you got to get the fuck, please. Moving forward, I end up talking to this guy, and I end up like he didn't work in town, so I would be over there like with him. And me being nice as fuck, like I sometimes I'm just too nice. I mean, I learned my fucking lesson, you know, like, but anyways, so I let my friends borrow my car. Well, my friend borrow my car. I don't know, I guess she had got like lit the night before, and she just wasn't in the mood because I had to get picked up like at a certain time because I had to go to work all the way back in Houston. And so she was all like, oh, I can't, like, just tell him to take you or whatever. And I was like, girl, like, he has to work in the morning. Like, you have my car, like, get up and come pick me up. Like, what's tea? Like, the fuck? And so I was just mad as fuck because I was just like, how am I gonna let you borrow my car, and I told you that I need to be picked up on this day, and that shit just pissed me off, you know. Like, that shit was weird as fuck to me because it was just like, bitch, I let you borrow my car. Like, what the fuck? I was to fucking find out, since whenever I let her borrow my car, she got into it with this other car, and she tried to like cut them off, but they like ended up cutting her off or something like that, and she scraped my tires on the curb. And I was like, and she didn't tell me right away. She told me like weeks later. And I was all like, bitch. And no, I didn't even know she did that because I did not check about, sorry, I'm reading a text. I did not check my car like that. Like, she didn't even like try to give me money to fix them or nothing like that. Like, just to take the initiative and be like, I'm sorry, like, here, if you want to get it fixed, here's some money. Like, no, she didn't even try doing that. Then I had this other friend that would like always try to like downplay me in some type of fucking way. Like, and I didn't, like, it would piss me off, and I would tell her, like, bitch, like, shut the fuck up already, because it was just so annoying. Like, she would be going through something, and I was going through something too, like, guys we were talking to. But the thing about me is, I'm not gonna sit here, and if a guy is dogging me out, bitch, you think I'm gonna be fucking in my bed crying that this guy is dogging me out? Bitch, no. I'm gonna get the fuck and go dog him out back, you know? And at that, like, it's like, if a guy ever fucking thinks about dogging me out, bitch, you think that I'm really for real gonna fucking be with this person for real? No, bitch, I'm having my fun with him. Like, I'm playing my role. Like, the fuck? Having my motherfucking fun with him, like, dogging him out for fun. Just like he's dogging me out. But this girl would get dogged the fuck out, and she wouldn't do shit about it. And I'm like, girl, you need to stand up. But then she would like compare my situation to her situation. Like, he's doing this and da-da-da. Like, ew, like, basically calling me stupid as fuck. But it's like, bitch, no. Like, I'm over here dogging him out and you know that, and you're over here just fucking crying because you're getting dogged out. Like, bitch, don't sit here and compare our situations when they're not even damn near the fucking same. Like, no, bitch, like, we're both getting dogged out, but at least I'm doing something the fuck about it, ho. I also had this friend that the guy that she was talking to, like, he's just anything that fucking talks and walks, he fucking wants to talk to it. So obviously, like, he tried talking to me, and like, she knew that, and yeah, but obviously, like, I didn't give him the time of the day, so that's why, like, she ended up talking to him. But yeah, and so why the fuck he was like at her place, and I didn't feel comfortable going to her place because, you know, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel comfortable going to girls, like, to my friends' places whenever, like, their partner is there. Unless, like, I'm bringing my man, okay? But, like, if not, like, I feel like that's low-key weird to me. Maybe I'm not matured enough yet. But, this one specifically, like, I'm just not gonna be there with you when the guy you're talking to that wanted to fucking fuck me. You know, like, that shit is weird. And so, she was all like, I just never wanted to go. And she was just like, because she was always there. And she was like, just come, like, she was all like, you can sleep in the middle of me and him, or you can sleep, like, with us, like, it's okay, like, it's not gonna be weird.
To prevent me from crashing out real bad right now, I'm going to explain to you the work drama. I told y'all I wasn't going to come and explain to y'all because I'm like, oh, what if they see my TikTok? Don't care. This is my personal diary. So if you find my TikTok, you're digging and you really want to know my life. So, oh well. So, here's the tea, okay? I got hired at my daughter's school. I cook. Very simple. It works with her hours. I can't find nothing else that don't work with her schedule, okay? I have to go with what my daughter is doing. So, I work at her school. I cook. Very simple. Easy. When I got hired, okay, I got asked, do you want the management position or do you just want to be a cook? I purposely picked my daughter's school, okay, because my daughter, she's working through some things and I want to be close to her. Unfortunately, her school did not have a management position. So I'm stuck in this low-level position dealing with people above me who have issues with me, like always. People always have a fucking problem with me because I don't kiss ass and I'm blunt. And if you give me a shitty ass attitude, I give you that shitty ass attitude back. So, when I went to my orientation meeting, the topic of nails, fake nails came up, and I was told, because a question was asked, can we have French tip nails? It was made clear to my brain that we can have French tip nails, okay? So I went and got French tip nails like 2 weeks ago, okay? French tip nails. I'm thinking, in the orientation meeting, they said French tip nails, right? No, I'm mistaken. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I guess. So I go into work, da-da-da-da-da. The person above me comes up to me immediately, like, you can't have those. I'm like, they're already approved. Like, I wouldn't get something I think is wrong or is going to stir the pot in a workplace that is already giving me, like, the ick, okay? So I'm like, they're already approved. She's like, no, that's their policy. This is our policy. I'm like, what? Y'all hired me. They hired me. So how is this not the same policy? You know? All right, so these are my nails now, okay? I got them manicured. I didn't just completely have my nasty nails showing for a wedding. No, I did get them manicured. And my nails are very brittle. They break off. So she was like, I could put the powder on, shape it. She put the powder on and shaped it, okay? This is what they look like, manicured, because I have a wedding to attend, okay? I get into work today, okay? I get into work. I didn't even get a chance to clock in. The first thing out this woman's mouth, you need to leave. You need to leave. I said, why? She said, your nails, you need to leave. I said, I took off the French tip. I got them manicured. It is a powder, but it's not paint. I got them manicured and I got them shaped. What? What's the problem now? What's the issue? What's the issue? Like, we don't wear gloves 24/7. What's the issue? So she's like, it's a fake tip. It's a fake tip. I'm like, in order for my nail to break off, somebody's gonna have to literally slice my finger off. Like, it's not a tip that comes off. It's not a tip. I'm telling her, it's a powder, and the lady was like, this is gonna make your nail strong. It's not gonna break off if you do, you know. So I'm telling her, I might be telling her aggressively, because I'm like, at this point, I'm sick of your shit. Like, you already have a personal issue with me because of how I came in. I get it. You feel like I'm stepping on your toes because you're not a great manager. You're not about teamwork. You're not about morale. Like, everyone walks around droopy. When I got there, everyone was like to themselves and quiet. When I got in there, I guess I was doing things that made her, feel, I don't know, weird. She had this whiteboard that one of the people I work with told me they never used. Like, for 3 weeks straight, no one ever used it. I brought some expo markers in from work, and I started doing quote of the day, because I used to do that. We used to do that at my old job, and I'm like, that is so, something to look forward to when you come in. Ooh, what's the quote of the day? I had the coworkers telling me, oh, that's so cute. Like, who did that? Da, 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 da. I took a picture of it. She sees it, the person above me. She sees it. She looks at it. She asked me, where did you get an expo marker from? I said, at home. I said, I'm extra. I brought it from home. And that's all she says about it. She walks away. And I know she felt some type of way about me doing that little thing, because the next day when I wrote my quote, she wiped it off in the morning and wrote a nasty message about inventory on it. Right? So she has this issue with me because when I got there, it seemed like she was bullying our coworkers. She was bullying our coworkers around. She was screaming. She was talking to them any type of way. And that's not me. That is not me. I'm not going to let you scream at me. I'm not going to let you bully me. It's not happening. I give the same energy back. I do. That's just what I do. And that's why a lot of times people don't like me. So I feel like when I came into work today, she was just searching. She was searching for a reason. So then, after she told me to leave, she smacked this paper down on the desk. I grabbed the paper and I left. I read the paper. It is an email between her and HR, and it's a couple. It's their conversation on here. You put the conversation of you and HR, the woman who unknowingly approved my French tips. You put her conversation in here too. So now I have to go to HR. I emailed HR, actually. She's not in the office, but I'm about to pull up, because unknowingly I have your side of the conversation now, where you're saying, oh, maybe she forgot. Or if she uses the excuse of nobody told her, maybe remind her of the policy. She definitely got told about the policies. No, I didn't. The problem is, you told me one thing when the rules might have been this. And now somebody's trying to cover their behind, which is unfair to me. But this is what my nails look like right now. It's Thursday. I'm scheduled for work. I told HR in the email, go ahead and let them know I'm not coming to work tomorrow because I don't have the funds to redo them. I'm out $140 because I changed them from the French tip to go to this. I'm not doing it again. It's just not, no, I'm not doing it again. So yeah, also in the email thread, the person above me had the option to send me home or not. Like, she could have kept me and I wear gloves 24/7 anyways. It wouldn't have mattered. She could have kept me, but the fact she has this personal thing against me, I already feel it, whatever the case. She don't like my personality because I won't let her step on me. Like, that's basically what it is. So she had the choice of keeping me there or sending me home if it didn't affect the team, basically. Now, she chose to send me home. The kitchen is small. There's not that many workers there. There's only like 4 of us that actually work, okay? Me going home impacts, it definitely does shake up the kitchen because it's not that many of us. The people that are already in there be stressed, okay? They be stressed out. So the fact that she, I don't know, was on a power trip so bad that you sent me home when you could have just given me my written notice and kept me, I'm a worker, baby. Like, you could give me my notice And I'm not going to be walking around with a funky attitude. I'm going to work. So, these are my nails. Ooh. I'm not going to lie. My nails are pretty, though. And yeah, if you see this, girl, don't. Please, block yourself.
Fuck everybody else drama. Let me tell y'all the drama that I'm going through. All right, boom, story time. So I got a call this morning from my friend, and she like, oh, I'm really sorry to bring this up to you. Mind you, y'all, I'm slow. Like, I'm halfway slow. I'm not all the way slow, so I'm not really catching on to what she's saying. Like, I'm really not getting it. I'm just thinking, like, yesterday was her little daughter party or whatever, so I'm thinking we doing a recap or whatever. So she like, yeah, girl. Again, I'm not reading the phone. I'm not reading the call. So she started telling me about her best friend or whatever, but to me, her best friend seemed to always got an issue with the night. So I'm just listening. Coming to find out, the best friend got an issue with me again. And let me take it back, all the way back, y'all. 28 years old. I met her best friend when I was 22 years old. We went out for her birthday. Y'all do the math how long that is. First met her best friend when I was 22 years old when we went out for her birthday. That night, I was real drunk. I was on a mission. I was trying to cheat on my ex at the time because I was going through my own shit. So I was on a mission. I wound up getting to the spot before them. So me and my other friend was drunk way before them. They missed the 2-hour unlimited brunch. So I was done. Boom, they finally come. I'm already lit. They catching up or whatever. We having a great night. So I thought. Night in the next morning I get a call from my friend, and my friend like, oh yeah, what happened with you and my friend or whatever. I'm like, what happened with us? What I did? Oh my god, what happened? Because I'm like, I'm drunk, but I'm a happy drunk. I'm a friendly drunk. When I'm drunk, I love my worst enemy. Like, oh my god, bitch, that shit ain't even that serious. Like, I'm that friendly when I drink. So now I gotta go on Snap. This is how long it was. I don't even fucking got the app Snapchat no more. This is how long ago. So now I gotta go on Snap, and I'm going through all the videos. Me and homegirl got mad videos together, so now I'm really confused. She like, oh, you said something to her about some boy. I'm like, what? And she talking about the boy that I was dancing with all night, and I told her that that's the boy that I'm planning on cheating with my boyfriend. I was like, oh yeah, that one is mine, but the other ones, you could get them, they cute. She mad over that. My friend go, yeah, girl, I guess. I'm like, okay, but I'm not thinking of it. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Little petty, that's not beef. That's little petty shit. I'm like, oh nah, that was nothing to her. Like, I was drunk. I was just trying to cheat. Like, I was not really, that was not me coming at her. Like, I was playing. Like, feel me? I was on a mission. Boom. Now fast forward years later, this was Easter. This was this year Easter. Boom. We always planning to go out. Y'all know I stay with my godson. So I'm a mother too. So when my friends with their kids playing mother things or whatever, they already know I'm down with the shit too, because I'm mommy. We was planning to all do something with the kids or whatever, but then my friend like, oh yeah, I'ma just do something separately because best friend said that she just don't want certain people around her daughter, whatever. I'm listening again. I'm not thinking nothing of it. So she going on, yeah, she just don't want negative energy around her daughter, So I'm like, yeah, I feel her, but who she talking about? Because ain't everybody like, who got beef? She like, you, me. Oh, but you must not really know me, because once it's fuck you, it's fuck your kid too. Like, I truly don't give a fuck. Because that's exactly why. I already know the timing that mothers be on. They kid be their pride and joy. That be the only thing they accomplish in life. That be the only thing that they can hold against people. Like, if a person like me actually give a fuck. I don't. Sums that conversation up. That basically for me to let me know, all right, this girl clearly don't like me. Clearly me and her got an issue, or clearly she got an issue with me. She don't like me. It been years later. She don't like me. It is what it is. All right, cool. My friend's birthday come up, but now that I got this information that you don't like me, I'm gonna be cordial. But now my friend is telling me, my friend is nervous, like, oh, please be cordial. I'm like, girl, I don't have a problem with this girl. We could be cordial because there's no issue. There's no issue. There's no beef. You could never make me be around a bitch that I don't like. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a grown ass woman. Like, that shit was nothing to me. Really why I've been confused all these fucking years. We go to the dinner. I don't acknowledge shorty because, again, she don't like me. Why would I speak to somebody that don't like me? Was I shady or anything? No. I spoke to everybody that I knew, all the new people I said hi to, and I just did not make no eye contact towards her. I did not speak to her, no nothing. I just act like me and her never knew each other, which at this point we don't. Boom. Yesterday is my friend's birthday daughter party. Again, I'm not gonna speak to a bitch that don't like me. I know you don't like me. Your best friend told me you don't like me. She told me you got an issue with me, so I'm not gonna speak to you. I speak to the whole party, everybody at the party, all the new people that I don't know again. Hi, how you doing? I wakes up to a text like, you up? No, I wasn't up. I wakes up to a phone call like, hey, boo. She like, hey, boo, I know it's the same thing over and over, whatever. Again, I'm not really catching on. I'm trying to listen. Long story short, the bitch had a problem. Oh, why she didn't speak to me? I'm obsessed with me. You're pressed. You're obsessed with me and you're pressed. And this is why I don't have no respect for the conversation no more. I don't care to have I really have to tell my friend at the end of the day, I'm your friend. Me and her not friends. That's your best friend. Me and you are friends. I don't care to be friends with that bitch. Me and that bitch do not gotta be friends. She don't like me. I don't know her. I don't give a fuck about her. She mad about something that I said when I was drunk that don't even make fucking sense to be mad over. But the thing is, you don't like me. But why are you pressed that I'm not acknowledging you? Why are you pressed that I'm not speaking to you? I'm literally confused. So now my friend like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna start doing things separately. Bitch, you could have been did that. I truly and honestly don't give a fuck. So now I'm at the point where since you so obsessed, I'm just gonna find her Instagram and I'm just gonna write her myself, because I'm not doing this whole middleman thing. And I really didn't want to bring it to the internet because I don't want nobody in the comments like, oh, well, maybe your friend is going back. I truly don't think that's what it is. I truly think the bitch just crazy. I truly think she's literally just crazy, because the thing about it is I be around my friend more than she be around her best friend. They barely even be around each other. The bitches been fell off. And now that I think about it, I'm low-key starting to think that's what it is. Like, she feel like me and her best friend might be closer. Y'all know how it go. Like, you just had a baby. You see me and my homegirl, you and your home, whatever. Me and her still be out. You don't really get to be out with her like that. So you probably a little mad impressed. And it's coming from a different area, but you keep trying to make it seem like it's some shit that happened almost a fucking decade ago. Like, girl, get your motherfucking life. Like, I'm never going to be pressed about a bitch that I know don't like me. I'm never going to be impressed about a bitch. I'm never going to speak to a bitch that I know don't like me. It's not going to happen. Like, now, I don't like you. I don't like you. So don't ever speak to me, ever. Because now she coming with the making up stories like, yeah, she had the baby and she told your friend not to let me speak to, like, what? Now I'm like, come on, you putting people's kids in there. You doing too much. I can't even tell you what this girl had on yesterday, because that's how much I did not fucking acknowledge her or pay attention to her. So now it's giving you keep trying to make things up for what? How old are we? I don't know nothing about this bitch but that she's a girl with a baby. Oh, and that's my friend. But with, like, if there's no issue, you're making an issue for what? I would never, like, bitch, you live all the way in the Bronx and Kalaha land, and I live in a motherfucking Lower East Side. We don't run into each other. There's no need for us to even be around each other. So what are you mad for? What are you pressed for? What's your issue? But I'm gonna find out.
Story time on how I became the bad person because I told my niece that her husband had cheated on her with her mom, which is my sister, okay? I tend to talk a lot, so I'm just gonna try my very best to keep it to the point because it's a lot of juicy stuff. So this was like 5 years ago because I was pregnant. We went to Lake Chelan, rented some jet skis, and we were all just having like a family gathering, you know? My mom had adopted my niece, so we grew up kind of like sisters. And then my sister, which is her mom, she is my sister. We were having, you know, we were all supposed to be cool. Everybody was drinking. I don't want to say it was like, oh, everybody was drinking, but they had beer and they were having some drinks, right? So this was towards like almost towards the end of the night. Obviously, I'm pregnant, so I have to go pee every 5 minutes. And my niece was sitting at the bench, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. My sister wasn't there, and neither was my niece's husband. So I walk over, and as I walk over towards the bathrooms, because there were like, it was a picnic table, you have to walk, you know, when you're at a lake, you have to walk kind of far sometimes to get to the bathroom. Okay, so I walk over to the bathrooms, right? And the bathrooms are facing the opposite side, so we're like on this side, so you couldn't see anything. As I walk up to go to the bathroom, I see my sister like this, holding on to my niece's husband, her daughter's husband, holding on like this, and they were kissing. Mind you, my sister's like in her 50s, and he's like in his, maybe he's barely 30 probably. I didn't know what to do. I was really scared because I know that when you are the one, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was really scared. I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. All these thoughts ran through my head, but I know that my loyalty was with my niece and I had to tell her. So I actually walked up there, you know, as I'm walking towards them, I was like, wow. And I just started shaking my head, and they stopped. They immediately stopped. And I was like, wow. So like the men's bathroom and then the women's bathroom, they're like right next to each other. You just have to go this way or that way. I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was just like, wow. And then I went in the bathroom, you know, my pregnant butt. I had to go pee. So as I'm going pee, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I have to do? And I knew right away that if I were my niece, I would want to know. I knew I had to tell her. So I didn't know how I was going to do that. So I come out of the bathroom, right? And they're out there already. And I went ahead and I call him my nephew because he's like my nephew. I went and told him, I said, either you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her, which meaning my niece. I was like, you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her. And he was like, I'm going to tell her. And then my sister, she's just all mad. Like, she's just all like, oh no, at this time she's quiet, right? She's like really quiet. And I tell him, and then they're walking away. And then he's walking away, like away from the area where everybody's sitting down. And I'm like, nah, you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her. And I was like, I didn't want to tell her. I didn't know how to tell her, but I knew what the right thing to do was. Anyway, so I see that he's not trying to go towards her, and we're not about to wait till later tomorrow. So I said, hey, and I yelled out her name. And I was like, what's his name wants to tell you something. But the look on my face, like she could tell something was wrong. And I was like, he has to tell you something. So he was over here, and then my sister was over there just like standing there, like hanging out. Like, how can you do that to your own daughter, bitch? Anyway, my niece walks over, right? And she was like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, tell her. And he wouldn't tell her. So I was like, I just walked up there and I saw both of them kissing. And she was like, you can see like the heartbreak in her face. Like, it was so messed up. I hate that I had to do that. But like, would you have done that? Would you have told your family member or like somebody that you're loyal to? I mean, it was like my niece, her mom, which is my sister, and her marriage. Like, that's her daughter. Like, that's a very serious thing. Anyway, this whole thing happened. We're like far away from home too, and we all came in the same car, so it was pretty awkward. So he's upset. You can tell he feels guilty, but my sister didn't feel guilty at all. She didn't give two fucks. We were getting ready to go, and we all drove together. So she just gets in the car like nothing happened, right? Like, she just gets in the car, but she's not saying a word. Like, she's not saying anything. So they're not talking. They ended up not talking for a little bit, but then they were talking. And then my sister was mad at me, and she was telling, so her and her mom, and I told her, I said, that's your mom. You know, your mom's sick. If something happens to her, you're going to regret not talking to her. I'm still trying to be the bigger person, right? But anyway, literally like a week or two later, they make up or whatever, and they're talking again. You know, my niece is like, it's going to be hard, but, you know, I'm trying to give her a chance because she's sick and blah, blah, blah. Tell me why I became the bad person in the story. My sister was telling her daughter, my niece, that she didn't want her to talk to me, that she didn't want to talk to me. She didn't talk to me again. Like, she did not talk to me. Like, she didn't want to be friends with me, nothing. Mind you, I had been supporting her a lot financially. Like, I paid for her electricity because it was very high. Like, I was there for her. Like, I literally did nothing wrong to her. But anyway, yeah, so then my niece would be like, trying to like split her time up because me and her were really close. She was like my best friend, and we were like really close. And yeah, I became the bad person in the whole fucking story because I told her, and then they were acting all funny. Like, my sister did not, till this day, she still does not talk to me. And then I was like, what does she want me to do? Like, not say anything, like keep their secret, you know? So anyway, yeah, I ended up being the bad person in the story, and she was like, don't talk to her. If you really want to have a relationship with me, like, don't talk to her. And I'm just like, anyway, what would you guys have done? Because I think I did the right thing, and I don't want to be with somebody like that anyway. Next thing my sister gonna do is try to kiss my husband.
All right, let's go. Story time. Story time about how I almost got unalived by a psychopath when I was 18 years old. Well, at least I thought I was going to get unalived. Y'all tell me. All right, let me set the scene as always. So let's picture it is 2018. I'm in high school. I'm a senior in high school. I'm broke as hell. I just kind of moved back with my mama. She broke as hell. We just broke. We ain't got no cheese for real. But we got a house, you feel me? Like, you know, I go to school every day, shit like that. Like normal 18-year-old stuff. Now, I kind of got to take it back to 2017 to show y'all how I met this man. I'm going to change all the names just for, like, legal reasons because this man is, like, in jail right now for this case. Not my case. Another case where he actually did, you feel me, do that. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, it was 2017. I was dating a girl. Her name was Let's call her Kayla. In 2017, I was dating Kayla, and me and Kayla was kind of cool, but Kayla had kind of one of those households where you can kind of do whatever you wanted to do. We was at her daddy house, and we could literally do whatever we wanted to do. Kayla had like a crazy cousin, like one of, everybody got that thought cousin. I'm just gonna say it. Everybody got that thought cousin. She was young, she had a baby, and she used to be fucking with the niggas. You feel me? So this is how I got introduced to the man. Actually, I never even got like introduced to him, but this is how I even knew about him. So Kayla's cousin was messing with the man. Let's call him DeMarco. So Kayla's cousin is messing with DeMarco. And they kind of just always be something. They be horning a nigga though. They be horning a nigga like, ooh, whoop, he be doing this, he be doing that, he be buying this, he be buying that. And I'm like, dang, he kind of sound like a nice dude to me. Like, he taking care of your baby, he taking care of y'all. So this is how I ever even knew anything about this man. Like, she was just showing me him on Snapchat, all this, that, and the third. Fast forward, now it's 2018. I got a whole new girlfriend. She not new. She really like a past girlfriend that I just got back with when I broke up with Kayla. So this girlfriend, let's call her Jada. So me and Jada, we've been rocking out for a couple years now, whatever, on and off. Jada is supporting my hoop dreams. Jada is telling me, like, you don't gotta work, don't do nothing. Like, I'm gonna pay for everything, you feel me? Like, you just focus on your hoop dreams. Y'all, I was ass. I wasn't going nowhere with the hoop shit. I'm gonna be honest. All right, so I end up getting a Snapchat. Let's just start getting into how I met this dude. So I get a Snapchat from DeMarco, like, hey, what's up? Ooh. I'm like, hey, what up, though, whatever. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember how all of this transpired, but all I know is he started sending me cheese. And it was like good cheese, like for somebody that wasn't working and that was in high school and all that type of stuff. Somehow we ended up being real cool, right? Where we would Snapchat all the time. And to mind you, I'm not even hiding this from my girl because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, he's sending me cheese and I'm giving her some cheese too. So she really don't really care. And she know I'm not going. You feel me? So it's like, whatever. And he wasn't even giving vibes that he liked me at all in no way, shape, or form. He didn't seem like he liked me at all. So as time started going on, DeMarco started coming to see me, right? So DeMarco would pull up or whatever. DeMarco was ugly as hell too, but he was funny. So we would like kick it, you feel me? Like we would go to the mall, we would do all type of shit, but he never, ever tried to like talk to me or nothing like that. It never gave those vibes to me. Like it never was on that. Like he was never on that. It even got to the point where I started to spend the night at DeMarco house. Y'all got to understand too, like DeMarco was really having. Like, DeMarco was buying me game systems. DeMarco was doing all type of shit for me. And it did not click in my brain. Like, now as a 25-year-old lady, I understand. You feel me? Like, yeah. Anyway, it ended up getting to the point where I even started introducing my girlfriend to DeMarco. Hey, babe, this my man's DeMarco. He cool as hell, da-da-da. We could chill at his crib. He got big house. He got this, he got that. And he cool as fuck. He do not be on that. So, I'm like, okay. So, I guess this is like a form of, like, love bombing, but in a way from a friend, because we were friends. I thought we were friends. Like he would, like the first thing I remember him buying me is he bought me a dog. And I just remember saying like, damn, like I want a dog. The next day I had a dog. I had a Labradoodle. I think it was a Labradoodle. Yeah, I had a black Labradoodle. His name was Prince or whatever. And my mama had hold me. She like, you're not bringing no dog to my crib. Is you crazy? Like we ain't got no room for no dog. So DeMarco let me keep the dog at his house. Sometimes the dog would be at my girlfriend's house, but it was my dog. And I was happy because I wanted a dog. So now my girlfriend at the time, she like, this nigga do anything for you, bae. I'm like, yeah, he low-key would. So we get the, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? And he icing all that shit. We got Nike techs. We doing all we got everything. He done paid my senior dues. He doing everything for me. Like, and shit, he ain't asked me for nothing in return. And he cool as hell. So now we get to the point where I let my mama meet DeMarco. DeMarco come to my mama crib. Him and my mama hit it off crazy. Like I said, DeMarco was funny. He was cool. He was so like, I don't know. He was so charming. Like, but not even in a way where I want, like, it was like, oh, damn, he a good person. Like, he used to, like, go get gas for people. Like, he would sit at the gas station for hours and get people, like, free gas. DeMarco was really having. DeMarco had, like, 5, 6 businesses. He was all, like, he was a millionaire. Let's just say DeMarco was a millionaire, for sure. And I knew for a fact that he was. And he didn't mind helping people out. And that was cool with me because I was broke as hell. It even got to the point where, like, my mama was, like, he had bought my mama so much stuff for, like, Mother's Day and stuff. Like, he spent, like, a band on my mama for Mother's Day. So of course my mama like, oh yeah, I fuck with DeMarco. She get the overdoing shit though. Yeah, this my stepson. What she was saying? Nah, what's it called when you? She like, oh yeah, this my son-in-law. I'm sideeing her though, because what you on? No, he not. This is your friend. This is your daughter friend. So now I'm kind of treating DeMarco like a big brother. I didn't put DeMarco like in a big brother spot. I'm trying to make sure I made sure that line was clear. I don't like you. I got a girlfriend. This is what it is. But again, he never gave me those vibes in the first place. I didn't really even have to do it. But I just be like, damn, like I fuck with DeMarco, like, you know, he's just a good guy. So it even got to the point where my girlfriend would come over to DeMarco's house because like, shit, I didn't want to be at my house. So we would go hang out at DeMarco's house and, you know, like, shit, we just go to the movies. Like, we do whatever we wanted to do at DeMarco's house. And DeMarco was not, like, super old. Like, if I was 18, DeMarco was probably, like, 21, 22. And he was cool. Yeah. So it was, like, around the time where I was about to get my license. DeMarco was teaching me how to drive. So we was spending, I'm just trying to show y'all, like, we was spending a lot of time together. Like, we was almost seeing each other every single day, if not every single day. Like I said, he was teaching me how to drive, everything. He had, like I said, I was my senior year, so I'm paying senior dues. I'm about to get ready to go to prom. And me personally, just like the financial state that my mom was in, I knew that I probably wasn't going to go to prom because it was like, shit, we didn't have no cheese. I keep trying to tell y'all, we didn't have no cheese. And my girl done told me to stop don't work because I'm going to the WNBA. So we just didn't have no cheese. So in my head, I'm already planning like, yeah, I'm going to have to ask DeMarco to pay for my prom because like it ain't no way I'm going to go no other type of way. But I'm not used to really asking for anything because DeMarco just did for me. Like, I didn't even have to ask. So it was kind of weird when it was time for me to ask. It was like, you know, this kind of weird. I want to ask him because this ain't my man or nothing. You feel me? Like, this big bro. But I put my pride aside and I just asked him, DeMarco, can you pay for my prom dress? DeMarco was like, yeah, we're going to go look for one tomorrow. We go look for one tomorrow. I found a prom dress. DeMarco buys the prom dress. I'll take it home. You don't feel me? I got a prom dress now. Now I'm really in awe. I'm like, damn, like, DeMarco is really my big brother. Like, this is the big brother I never had. Like, he is really making sure I'm straight. Ooh. So I'm spending a lot of time with DeMarco now. And DeMarco is funny. Like, DeMarco is cool. DeMarco is funny. DeMarco makes sure I'm straight. So at this point, DeMarco and Jada, my girlfriend at the time, they starting to get cool too. So like sometimes shit, DeMarco be like, hey, go pick, like let's pick up Jada, like let's just all hang out, like whatever. And it used to be cool. It was normal to us. We was friends with DeMarco. One day I went to DeMarco's house and my girlfriend did not come with me this time. And I think I was mad at my mom or something. So I was going to actually spend a night at DeMarco's house. I did not want to be at home this night. So I don't know how or why I did it or what I was even doing, but I ended up calling. Y'all remember that other ex that I was telling y'all about in the beginning, Kayla, that had even introduced me to him? Somehow I ended up getting back cool with Kayla, or I ended up calling Kayla, and I was on FaceTime with Kayla in DeMarco's house. DeMarco come in the room. He like, who you on the phone with? Who you on the phone with? So I'm telling him like, this Kayla. You know Kayla, right? You know what I feel me? DeMarco's whole demeanor changes. Like everything, like his whole, he like, hang up on her. But we laughing, so I'm hanging up on her. I'm like, whoa, what? So he like, why you on the phone with her or whatever? Like, don't talk to her no more. I'm thinking DeMarco was playing. I don't know why DeMarco don't, at this point, I don't know why DeMarco don't want me to talk to Kayla so bad. Like, you so, what? He like, why you talking to her? Like, you know, you supposed to be talking to Jada. In my head, now I'm starting to think like, bro, who is you to tell me who to talk to? Whether it's my ex, my girlfriend, who are you to tell me who I can talk to? So I'm like, all right, weirdo. Part 2 in a minute. Like for part 2.
Hey y'all, get ready with me while I tell you how my friend group of 5 went to 4 in one night. I had this wonderful friend group of 5 girls, of course, and it was just a regular hangout night, not too long ago actually, during spring break, and I had all my girls over. Until, of course there's always an until, the one girl in our group, let's call her Lily, we were as a group collectively deciding which Disney character reminded us of each. I know girls get their feelings hurt easily, and no one was like mean or anything. Like, I was Rapunzel, someone else was Belle. Like, you know, it wasn't mean. And we got to Lily. I don't even remember what they called her, but she ended up getting her feelings hurt and started like shouting and making it a bigger deal. We were doing this discussion in the kitchen, and so I looked around and there was a butter knife on the table, and I said, why don't we do a talking butter knife? So basically, if you were holding the butter knife, you could talk and nobody else could, because everyone was shouting at this point. And being 100% honest, this actually worked, except for Lily. She did not want to do the talking butter. We ended up stopping the game because it got too much because of Lily, and we just went on our way. Well, anywho, a few hours had gone by, like maybe 2, and we had not seen Lily. So because I was hosting the little sleepover, I decided to go, find her and check on her, because again, she is our friend. So I looked for like 30 minutes, couldn't find her. I'm calling her name, and I'm looking in the bathrooms, and I go in my little sister's bathroom. It's completely dark, and she was sitting in front of the door in the dark of my sister's bathroom. And, like, she heard me call her name and didn't respond. I practically pushed my way through this door to sit down and talk to her, and she's basically, like, crying, and I'm, like, scrolling on Shein, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing, continuously, right? And then I just leave, because if you're not going to tell me what's wrong, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay, so I ended up going back downstairs, and then I heard her talking super loudly right close to my mom's room. At this point, it's like 3 a.m. She has to get up for work in about 2 hours, and she's sitting there talking super loudly on the phone, and I snapped. So I go to the room where she's at, right by my mom's room, and I'm like, hey, listen, you can be upset, that's totally okay, but you cannot sit here, be loud on the phone when my mom is trying to sleep after so much she does for us. She ends up refusing to move and gets louder, and I'm being calm, patient, no cussing, nothing. I wasn't being mean. I was like, listen, you really need to move. You can go to the living room, you can go to my room, you can go outside, but you need to move. And when I said she could go outside, she goes, so you're kicking me out? No. Well, at this point, she's on the phone with her mom or grandma, and she's screaming, cussing, yelling, begging to come get her to pick her up because we're ganging up on her, when I was literally just, it's giving pathological liar. Like, I tried to be nice, but you're not getting your ass up and moving, and you're going to wake my mom up, and she's gonna get mad at me. And so then I got mad, and I was like, get your ass up and go. Now, now, go. I was so mad. And she finally gets up, goes outside, sits outside, crying, cussing at her mom, like, come pick me up. And she's like, it's 3 a.m., I'm not picking you up. She's like, I don't give a shit, come pick me up. You know what I mean, right? Ends up convincing grandma and mom, I don't know, to come get her. And so we go upstairs. I was like, you're not coming back in, like, with this state of frantic manic. You're not. And I left the door open. She's sitting right there by the door, and I'm like, we'll go get your bag, it's already packed, because it was the last night they were spending the night. Bring it down, we bring it, go, right? And then she's like, calls her mom, and her mom's like, walk to the end of the driveway and we'll get you. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. This story time doesn't even grasp how loud, rude, disrespectful, like, she was to everybody. Like, there was so much more. You had to live it. And those 4 girls, I'm sure they'll comment, like. So she starts walking to the end of the driveway, and I was like, I wouldn't want to walk to the end of the driveway at 3 a.m. in the dark by myself. My driveway is super long. And so I was like, we'll walk with you. And she was like, no, go yourself. I help you. Super rude, and we were all calm and chill. No one was cussing, no one was nothing. So we're like, we're just gonna walk behind her. So she's walking, and she's like 20 feet above us. So she ends up sitting on the road of the highway by my house, even though, like, she didn't want to be by us. Like, that didn't make sense. Her sister goes and checks on her, and Lily swings on her, and her sister just backs up and walks away. I was like, you know what, fine, you can stay there. So her mom pulls up, right? Gets out of the car, and she's trying to pull up my driveway, and I'm like, you're not about to pull up my driveway and be loud and wake my mama up. So, like, she didn't end up pulling up ever fully up on my driveway. Like, I stood my ground, and she's, like, all upset, and she's talking about somehow she was going to protect her babies or whatever, and, like, of course, like, I get that motherly instinct, but she wasn't getting the full story. She was just getting Lily's story. Anyway, so her mom ends up trying to get her sister to come home as well after Lily just gave us death threats, and of course she was like, no, I'm not going, I didn't do anything. Everyone's crying at this point. They're shouting, screaming, cops being threatened to be called. So overdramatic. I mean, it was all girls, so, like, anyway, Lily's uncle was there too, and so he ends up calming everyone down, which is the only time a situation a man has ever helped. I'm just kidding. I can't say that. Which is a situation a man has ever calmed down. And so basically he calms it down and gets her to leave. And she leaves and she ends up blocking me. She blocked me. Lily blocked me on everything. One of the beautiful girls from the 4 friend group now. Anyway, bye beautiful people.
Story time about how I found out that my man had a baby on the way. So this is around, some time ago and whatever. And this is around like the fall. No, this was around the winter time. And this person had slid in my DM and whatever. So I had did my homework before I had slid back, and I had found out some stuff. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna pursue it because I'm straight. Long story short, I figured out that the stuff that I found out wasn't true. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna proceed, but I'm gonna proceed with caution. So with me proceeding with caution and whatever, he had slid up on my stuff and whatever. I reply sometime, but not all the time. Where I probably like real late. Because in the midst of all this, I'm still doing my homework and I'm still trying to figure out what is this. Because mind you, this is somebody totally new. He don't know me, I don't know him, and I'm just like, how did you find my page? Mind you, on IG, I do have a lot of followers on IG, and my videos was going viral at the time. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is how he found my page. And then he told me that he did find my page. I was on his For You page. Okay, cool. Niggas like everyday beats. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna continue to proceed with caution. Me proceeding with caution, we end up DMing back and forth for a couple of months and whatever, and then finally we had exchanged numbers. Now, when we exchanged numbers, just around Christmas time. So when he finally called me and whatever, and we was talking on the phone, it was, it was late because I had just got done coming from my friend's birthday dinner or whatever. So it was like midnight, 1 o'clock and whatever. And I noticed that he talking to me, he outside, like he in a car, he's driving. So he like, we having a good ass conversation or whatever, and I'm just knowing like, okay, he cool or whatever. Mind you, he a Virgo, I'm a Virgo. I'm like, okay, we gonna see how this go because we both crazy. Well, I ain't crazy, but however. So he like, I'm gonna call you when I get in the house. I'm gonna call you back when I get in the house. So I'm like, okay, cool. He never called me back. That was red flag number 1. So me being me, if I don't like something, I'm not the type of person that sit back and dwell on it, or you feel me? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. I end up sending him a message like, look, do this here. If you're dealing with somebody, if you fucking up somebody, you got a girlfriend, in-house girlfriend, you can't talk when you in the house, let me know, we can cut ties right now. I'm like, don't be selfish. You come back around when you all the way 100% single, but don't be selfish because I'm not with that shit. I'm like, because whatever it is, trust me, I'm going to find out. Man being a man, oh no, it's nothing, yada yada blah blah blah. Okay, cool, small, whatever. So we talking, but I'm still proceeding with my little caution. So he ended up disappearing on me. Like, he disappeared out of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I chalked it up. Okay. He ended up deleting IG and everything. I ain't reach out or nothing. I left it at what it was. Next thing you know, this man pops back up like a month later. He takes my phone. I didn't reply. He texts me again like, I know you missed me. I didn't reply. And he texts me again like, I know you see my messages, and I replied. I'm like, what's up? Because, I ain't into these kid games. You feel me? Like, either we gone or we not. You feel me? Like, I'm not into that. I'm straight. I'm cool. So from there, we end up not talking again. Like we didn't talk again. Then finally we end up talking, and we end up going on our first date. Now it's February. Mind you, I started talking to him like December 20-something. It was right before New Year's. So it was like December 20-something. We go on our first date sometime in February. Okay, Pete, we go on our first date. We see that, okay, we both do look like our pictures, and we want to mess with each other type shit. But still, it was just like, I'm still proceeding with my little caution. However, we end up getting real close. We end up getting real cool whenever we talk. We would text all the time. We never used to really talk on the phone, but we would text all the time. And we was getting cool. One day we ended up getting into it for something. I can't remember exactly what we got into it for, but we ended up getting into it for something. And he sent me my address. He sent me my full name, my address. And was like, once you get off work, he was like, I hope you have a bad day, and when you get off work, I'm gonna make it worse. I never gave this man my full name or my address. So when he sent that, I said, oh shit. He's crazy. Me being me, when I get an attitude or when I'm done with something, when I'm off it, I automatically shut down and I stop talking. So that's kind of what I had did. So he never put us in our house because he said he was scared I was gonna call the police. So he never put us in our house. Okay, cool, smooth. Fast forward and whatever, we end up getting past that. Fast forward and whatever. Okay. So we now as this we done really got locked in. Like we going on dates. We seeing each other You know, he like, we together, point blank period. He don't, as soon as I post where you at, what you doing, like, he clocking my team. So let's fast forward to, I want to say June. Now here it is, June and whatever, and he uploaded a picture, and the way he uploaded the picture,
Story time on when I realized my best friend hated me the entire time we were friends, and we were friends for 5 years. Part 1. Okay, y'all, so this was my girl. I had ended up meeting her through a mutual friend, and we just clicked. Like, we were really, really cool. That was my girl, and I don't know, we just developed a friendship over time. We would literally hang out all the time. I would literally go to her house every day. I would see her every day. We developed a whole relationship. I knew her mom like the back of my hand. She knew my mom. Like, we were locked in. I would say everything was pretty cool. Like for the 5th year is when we stopped being friends. But them 4 years, the 4 years leading up to the 5th year, I feel like it was pretty cool. Now, I did notice some things about her that I didn't like, but that was my best friend. And one thing about me, I'm super loyal. So I'm not going to stop being friends with somebody when I lock in with them. If, I don't know, like back then, my love was just real deep. So it took a lot for me to stop loving you when I already started. Now, I will say, I want to go ahead and point out that there's some things that this girl didn't like about me that she used to like publicly express to me when we got into an argument or something. And it was that she thought I was bougie. For some reason, she always made bougie comments like, oh, girl, you bougie, or da-da-da-da bougie. And I used to just be like, girl, I am not that bougie, but even if I was, like, do you, like, what's to you? But anyways, even though she would make weird comments like that, we were still very much best friends, and we had each other back, like, for real. If anything happened, we were there for each other. Like, we didn't play about each other. So this is when things started to get strange. So I noticed that she started getting really cool with this other girl. She started developing a real good friendship with somebody outside of me, which I don't care. I'm not a jealous friend. Like, if you got other friends, that's fine. We're not in a relationship romantically, so I don't care. If you got other friends, cool. But you know how you can tell when you meet somebody, you can tell that they already have like a preconceived perception of you before you actually get to know them, and based off of what the person they already know has told them. That's the kind of vibes I was getting. I was feeling like she was getting to know me on one tip, and then also she kind of already had something in the back of her head about me, which I had no idea what it was. And me and my best friend was really cool. Like, we was like this. We was real tight, but then we still had differences about each other that weren't quite like cohesive. Like, I still had my own mind at the end of the day, even though I was a sucker. Like, I gave people too much grace and too much love. Even though I let her get away with a lot of stuff, I still had my own mind, and there was certain stuff I just wasn't doing. So, and I think that's something that she didn't like too. I feel like she was a control freak. Like, if you didn't do exactly what she was doing, she would think that you thought you were better than her, which was weird to me, because it's like, no, girl, I just have my own mind. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. If that's what you want to do, I'm gonna still be your best friend. I'm gonna still be here for you, but that doesn't mean that I have to do what you want me to do. So this particular friend that she started getting close to, they were more similar in like other aspects. Like, for example, I ain't gonna lie, she was a party girl. Like, she used to be outside, she liked to party or whatever. And I'm not finna sit here and act like I was no saint. Like, I partied too, but there was certain stuff I wasn't doing. And no tea, no shade. I didn't even never judge nobody for certain stuff. Because when I went to high school, there was some stuff, it wasn't just, there was a lot of people that was doing a lot of stuff, but I had my boundaries of what I was and what I was not doing, because I knew myself, and that's just what it was. I never judged nobody for what they did, what they chose to do, but I knew what I wasn't doing. So anyway, it started to get to a point where you can tell she would kind of prefer to be with this girl instead of us. So I feel like our relationship started dwindling down a little bit, and also around this time, I started hearing some things. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what I heard. So I had another girl that we were actually mutual friends with. She was no longer her friend, and we weren't really that close, but we were close enough for her to like confide in me and tell me something that she had to tell me. And she told me that she heard, or she knows, that my best friend has been talking about me behind my back, like saying bad things. I don't even know what things were said. I'm gonna get to that, but I just know that some bad intentions and some bad things were being said about me. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I just thought about it, and I just want to make this quick point. It just kind of came back to me. The reason why she was probably calling me bougie was because I wasn't doing certain stuff that she was doing. That's probably where that bougie comment kept coming from. So anyways, like I said, y'all, I used to be passive aggressive when I was younger. Like, I would take a lot, and not say nothing. Now, I'm not saying I didn't feel no type of way about it. I just want to speak on it because I didn't like confrontation. I had dealt with a lot of confrontation in my younger years, and I just didn't like it. And I definitely didn't want to deal with confrontation with somebody that I love so much, that I already, developed a trust for. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't end up telling her what I heard. I just kind of let it roll off the shoulder. And also, I be feeling like people be trying to be messy too. Like, I thought it may have been a situation where the girl that told me that information was being messy because she wasn't friends with her anymore. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is my best friend. Like, we still locked. Like, I don't know if she'll be talking about me. Like, I didn't believe it. Yes, I saw weird stuff going on, but I also just know that that's her. Y'all know when y'all best friends with somebody, you just know their personality. You're just like, whatever. But I definitely was writing stuff off, but I didn't believe that she was full-blown talking crap about me. Like, I didn't believe that. Or at least I didn't want to believe that, because... So anyways, I just didn't say anything to her about it. I just kind of let it roll off the shoulder. So I was like, whatever. Like, but I did keep it in the back of my mind, as anybody should. I was just like, that's when my antenna started going up. Like, all right, maybe you should start paying a little bit more attention to this friendship, because something is going on. Some weird stuff is going on. So I'm not gonna lie, I left an important fact out, and I didn't want to talk about it because this whole thing was just like, I just can't believe that it happened. But also, it was a clear indication on what kind of character I was dealing with when it came to her, and I ignored that too. So I'm just telling y'all what it was. So before she started getting really close, remember how I said she had already met a girl that she was getting close to? When she started getting into the preference phase, like she would rather be with the other girl than me, it was because of one thing. I felt like that it was because of one thing, and she made me feel bad about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So she, like I said, this girl would like to be outside a lot, and I had a job, and I was working a lot. I've been working since I was 16. I was working a lot. Like, I always was at work. I would turn up too and have a good time too, and drink too, and have, I was being young. But I had a job, and I made sure I wasn't putting nothing over my money at the time, because I always been that. But this girl, I would know, my best friend, I would notice, like, she would quit her jobs or leave her jobs hanging, or like neglect her responsibilities to go and have a good time, and I just wasn't on that. So one time she came to me and she told me, y'all could tell me if I was wrong for this or not, because I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know. She came to me and she asked me to take care of her light bill. And I told her no, because I was like, you've been going outside, you've been neglecting your work, you just had a job, you just quit, for no reason. Why should I pay for your bill when you're not taking care of your responsibilities? And that's just real. Like, I would go through periods of times where I would be a pushover for her, and I would do what she wanted me to do. But there was times where I was standing on business, like, no, this ain't right. Like, and what I look like, what am I to you? And lo and behold, when I started saying no to her, her energy shifted towards me. And it was just kind of like she treated me kind of like I didn't really love her. I didn't really mess with her for real, because I didn't come through on this favor, which is very narcissistic and manipulating. But y'all let me know if I was wrong for that, because it's like, no, girl, like, go to work. Like, I'm your best friend. I got you. If you really needed it, if you've been working, you needed the bread, I got you, because she know I have a giving heart, or she wouldn't have been asking me in the first place. But like, don't take advantage of me. So I started peeping, like, God started opening my eyes, like, this girl might be taking advantage of me. But come for part 2, y'all.